Exposing North Korea. Definitely a risky adventure. Would you dare to enter and look what lies beneath the mysterious curtain? You're gonna find more than you think. In fact, there are some things about visiting the most secretive country in the world that will leave you completely speechless. And stay tuned till the end, because we reveal some very strange laws that North Koreans live by. You won't believe some of them. The secrets await within this shocking travel guide in the most unpredictable country, North Korea. Most people think North Korea is a completely closed off, inaccessible place. But what if I told you that not only can you visit, but you can also stay in a hotel, visit landmarks, and even take a guided tour? Crazy, right?
Huh?
Today, we're diving into the strange, surprising, and downright mysterious world of North Korean tourism. Plus, don't miss the 10 bizarre laws North Koreans have to follow. It'll blow your mind. Okay, first things first. Is it even possible to visit North Korea? I know, this sounds like the ultimate flabbergasted, are you kidding me kind of question. And if you've watched the news even once, you'd probably assume the answer is a flat out no. But here's where it gets interesting. Yes, you can go to North Korea, sort of. It's not your typical vacation destination though. You can't just book a flight and go explore on your own. Everything, and I mean everything, is controlled. You'll need to go through a travel agency that's authorized by the North Korean government. There are a few options, most of which are based in China, like Koryo Tours or Young Pioneer Tours. These agencies will handle your visa, your itinerary, and they'll even provide you with government-approved tour guides to follow you everywhere. Yes, you heard that right. You will never be left alone, directing you and keeping you on the straight and narrow. Now, here's a question. Would you be comfortable being closely monitored during your entire trip? Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's dive deeper into how this actually works. First off, if you're from the United States or South Korea, well, tough luck. As of now, Americans are banned from entering North Korea by their own government due to safety concerns. For South Koreans, it's even more complicated because of the political tension between the two Koreas. But if you're from most other countries, you can still sign up for one of these tours. So what's it like once you're in? Imagine a country frozen in time. Everything feels like it's from another era. The capital, Pyongyang, looks like a movie set from the 1950s or 60s, with grand monuments and eerily empty streets. You'll be shown the country's greatest achievements, from the giant statues of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il to the surreal Kumsusan Palace of the Sun, where both leaders' bodies lie in state. And believe me, you won't be able to forget their presence for even a minute. Their faces are everywhere. But here's the million-dollar question. Is it safe? Well, that depends on what you mean by safe. North Korea isn't exactly known for being open and transparent. While tourists are generally treated well, there are very strict rules you must follow. No taking photos of soldiers. No wandering off without your guides. No criticizing the government, even in private.
Subscribe to my channel.
Violating these rules could lead to serious consequences. And you definitely don't want to end up on the wrong side of North Korean authorities. Does that sound like an adventure or a nightmare to you? Think about it and drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, you might be wondering, what's there to see in North Korea anyway? Believe it or not, there are actually some pretty unique tourist attractions.
Disneyland.
No, definitely not. For starters, Ryugyong Hotel, which is probably the strangest hotel you've never heard of. Let's talk about this odd, unfinished structure. Standing at a staggering 105 stories tall, it's easily one of the most eye-catching buildings in Pyongyang, if not the entire world. Construction began in 1987, with hopes that it would become a symbol of North Korea's power and prosperity, perhaps even the tallest hotel in the world. But due to a severe economic crisis in the 1990s and various structural issues, the project stalled for decades. Imagine an enormous, empty shell of a building towering over a capital city for 16 years without a single window or any interior. Today, it remains unfinished on the inside, though in recent years they've added glass and lighting to the exterior to give it a more complete appearance. Despite being non-operational as a hotel, the the Ryugyong Hotel remains a monument to North Korea's ambition and its many struggles. It's visible from just about everywhere in Pyongyang. Far it still has to go. Whether or not the hotel will ever open to guests is anyone's guess. Would you stay in a hotel that's not fully finished? Drop your thoughts in the comments. So, can you visit North Korea? Yes, you can, but it's not your typical vacation, and one that's unlike anything else in the world. Whether it's the bizarre architecture, the propaganda-filled museums, or the haunting beauty of the landscapes, North Korea is a place that leaves you with more questions than answers. It's not a destination for everyone, and it's definitely not without its risks. But for the adventurous traveler, it's a journey into the unknown. The regime? Well, that's another story. You'll be told over and over again about the greatness of the leaders, the strength of the military, and the happy lives of the people. But behind the scenes, things are much darker. Poverty, oppression, and a lack of basic freedoms are all part of life in North Korea. As a tourist, you won't see much of that, but it's important to remember that what you do see is carefully curated for your eyes only. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for, the really strange part. Let's dive into 10 bizarre laws that the people of North Korea have to live by every single day. These are some of the most restrictive and sometimes baffling rules you'll ever hear. 1. No independent internet access. Only a tiny fraction of the elite have access to the internet. For everyone else, it's strictly forbidden. Imagine living without Google, YouTube, or social media. 2. Government-approved hairstyles. You can only choose from 28 state-approved hairstyles. Want to dye your hair or get a trendy cut? Not happening. Only the styles endorsed by the government are allowed, with strict limits on self-expression. 3. No wearing blue jeans. Denim, especially blue jeans, is seen as a symbol of American imperialism. Wearing them is completely banned. Fashion choices in North Korea are as political as they get. 4. Mandatory portraits of the leaders. Every home must display portraits of Kim Il-sung and Kim Jong-il. These portraits must be maintained carefully. Dusting them regularly is a legal obligation. Not showing proper respect could lead to serious consequences. 5. No traveling within the country without permission. North Koreans can't just move freely within their own country. Traveling from one city to another requires government approval. Even locals are constantly under watch. 6. No religious freedom. Religious practices are heavily restricted. Being caught with a Bible or practicing a religion in private can result in imprisonment, sometimes for the entire family. Chapter 7. Foreign media is banned. Want to watch a Hollywood movie or listen to K-pop? Forget about it. North Koreans are only allowed to consume state-approved media. Listening to foreign music or watching non-state movies is illegal. 8. No international calls. Making an international call without permission is illegal. North Koreans are isolated from the outside world, and communicating with anyone abroad is a rare privilege for a select few. 9. Mandatory voting. Everyone over 17 must vote in elections, but the twist is there's only one candidate on the ballot, one approved by the government. So it's more like a ritual than a real choice. 10. Punishment by association. In North Korea, if one person in your family commits a serious crime, the punishment extends to the entire family. 3 generations can be sent to labor camps for one person's actions. Imagine paying for the mistakes of someone you barely know. So, not only is North Korea an incredibly unique place to visit, but it's also governed by some of the most unusual laws in the world. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like, subscribe, and if you want a more relaxing travel experience, this video, with at least 10 mind-blowing reasons you must see Rome, can definitely inspire you. This was Off to Discover. Peace.